Guys, you see what that guy was doing. Being basically, it's a form of terrorism. And what are you doing? You're giving one, your nation a bad name. Americans already have the stigma of the ugly American. Two, you're giving folks of certain ethnicities a continued bad name. And it's a small portion of that population doing that. Same thing with Americans. Plus, you're giving social media content creators a bad name. That is three bad looks all in one. All just to do what? End up going to prison. End up going to prison in a place that you don't even live. You don't speak the language. You don't know the culture. You're not probably going to get any sort of legal leverage where somebody might say, okay, we can do something with this person, or it's none of that. It's none of that. And all for what? To go out and be just a worldwide menace? I have no empathy. I have no empathy whatsoever. You got what you deserved, and I hope more people moving forward, these people that are going out in public and insisting on instigating, whether it is just bumping into people and then having their bodyguards try to separate them, or if it is coming up and trying to hit on people's, you see people are sitting together, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and you're coming up and hitting on them. Come on, guys. This isn't content creation. That's not content creation. That is just bullying of record. That is just being an instigator of record. That's not being anything original or creative. Okay? It's not any of those things. So guys, support the real ones out there. Support the people who are actually trying to work hard, put ideas out there that are going to better the world. But so many of us are so just drawn into social media that we're here for the train wreck, we're here for the car crash, and that's what gets all of these people all these views. And then what happens? They feel emboldened to keep going. Stop doing that. Stop. The only reason a lot of these people are as famous as they are and as wealthy as they are is because of you, the general viewing public. And let me be very clear. I'm not just talking about content creators as well. I'm talking about athletes, I'm talking about politicians, I'm talking about actors, entertainers, you name it, pop stars, whatever. Stop giving all of this leverage to all of these people, because how many times do they turn out to just be something that isn't what we wanted them to be? And that's okay. We make those mistakes, but at some point the idol worship has to come to a screeching halt and stop upholding all of these people in the name of something that we either want to see in ourselves or don't see in ourselves. We got to start seeing more value in ourselves and the people around us, rather than placing it in the hands of complete strangers who are basically acting out a whole persona, but we don't actually know the real them. You have power in your dollar. You have power in what you choose to watch and what you will be entertained by and educated by. This has a huge ramification. This really weighs heavy on young minds as what they think is a way to make money, on a way to live your life, a way to treat other people, just for starters, and a way that they are going to start to build their own character. All of those things are losses. So again, I have no empathy for this kid. And hey, I get it. Somebody's going to be like, dude, this is a little bit harsh, isn't it? Like, shouldn't we be talking about like mental illness or something like that? And yeah, he might have some issues, but I always tell my kids there's the three X's. Just because something can explain your behavior doesn't necessarily excuse it, nor should it exonerate the actions you've chosen to inflict upon other people. And he's a smart enough kid to be able to get around the world and do all these things. Look, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have some issues going on. And certainly, hopefully it's something that can be addressed, but hard labor doesn't sound like it's going to address it. It's just going to put a very severe lesson into him that hopefully he doesn't repeat these things once he regains his freedom. I'm not saying that mental illness can't be a part of these things, but mental illness is not just the clinically diagnosed things that we know. Now chasing dopamine, chasing hits, social media, all of that is a sickness in itself. And it is an epidemic. It's a pandemic. It is worldwide because people have cameras and phones and the ability to generate attention by doing sometimes outrageous things. So again, he had the opportunity to be able to do something very positive with the following that he had, and he chose not to. And that's going to be the fate of a lot of social media personalities, content creators, whatever you want to call them. So guys, you still have choices. You still have choices. And it's not only the content creators, it's a lot of the people that are in these comments as well. A lot of you are way too comfortable trying to talk to people from behind a keyboard. And then I've seen instances where people end up trying to use weaponry, as in lethal weaponry, if they ever get called out on it in real time. Cowardice. Cowardice. It's cowardice to go after people in a peaceful community who want no part of what you're creating, and then you are out here yelling things at them, especially war phrases like Hiroshima, Nagasaki. I mean, I couldn't wait to hear that he had gone to Germany and Poland and started yelling Auschwitz. Why didn't he go to the South and start yelling, Natchez, Mississippi, where the Devil's Punch Bowl is at? If you guys don't know about that, look it up. Why wasn't he yelling Rosewood or going into Alabama yelling about the buildings that were bombed in the 60s? Cowardice. And you're using the worst possible thing to try to get a rise out of people. Nah, man. I hope you don't get out until you learn something. Until you learn something valuable about what you have to offer. You have the ability to really raise the awareness of many people around the world in a positive way. And all you did was this. And in the case of this kid, I hope that the government does not get involved. I hope that they let him sit, just like a few other people that I've seen traveling abroad now and acting a complete zip damn idiot. And then they get locked up because their entitlements here in the United States or some of these first world Western countries, those laws don't apply and they don't fly. When you start raising your voice or yelling and crashing out, they don't do that. You can find yourself locked up really quickly, and deservedly so. Where a lot of this starts, at least in a public sector, is anybody remember the kid in Singapore back in the 90s? Who went and spray painted cars? Look, he was a troll. He was like the grandfather of trolls when it comes to that. Going over there and doing just entitled kid stuff, vandalizing, destroying peaceful people's stuff. And when he got caught on it, Bill Clinton tried to intervene. No, I don't want to see tax dollars. I don't want to see people's government money, the money that we spend in this economy trying to bail people out of poor behaviors. Go after their parents. Let the parents pay for it. Let the parents pay for it. And I know it may not sound fair to the parents, but okay, cool. If they're 18, let them deal with it. But that kid in Singapore back in the 90s, you guys can look this up, he ended up getting publicly caned, which is like whipped in public. That was unheard of. But our president was trying to apparently make some sort of deal to get this kid off. No. It's time that you just pay the piper. You wanted to FA, now it's time to FO. So it's just what it is, guys. I'm not rocking with that. If you are creating a scenario that has created your downfall in a tragic way, and you started that sequence of events through your own thoughts and actions, you own it. Own it. And like I like to say on my other channel, this is fatherless behavior. This is fatherless behavior. This kid had been going and doing all this, and then, hey, Dad, look what I did. Most men, not just males of a legal age, most men, not just guys who happen to have kids, most men, most fathers would absolutely say, son or daughter, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is how you operate. This isn't what I raised you to do. But I digress, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave in the comments, and we can go from there. And as always, I hope this finds everybody in your place, pursuit, or beginnings of total health, mind, body, and soul. Peace, love, unity, solidarity, and as always, subscriptions and a video. So stick around.